She was the most stunning girl on the cheerleading squad, the goddess of the entire campus. But behind her shining smile, Millie was hiding a dark secret. After every performance, she would run to the bathroom and vomit uncontrollably. Suddenly, she heard someone knocking on the stall door, her mother's voice calling her name. Confused, Millie froze. Then the lights above began flickering violently, changing colors in an unnatural rhythm. Through the narrow gap beneath the door, she saw a pair of pitch-black feet standing still. Terror surged through her body. Someone, or something, was pounding on the door now. Her mother's voice twisted into a series of hateful, guttural curses. Just as the panic reached its peak, everything went silent. The lights stopped flashing. The knocking ceased. It was as if nothing had happened at all. Shaken and trembling, Millie convinced herself it was just stress, an illusion caused by exhaustion. Seeking calm, she decided to take a walk alone into a quiet, wooded area on the edge of town. At first, everything seemed normal, but as she wandered deeper, an eerie chill filled the air. Then she saw it, a massive antique clock embedded in the trunk of a tree. The ticking grew louder as she approached. Suddenly, the glass face of the clock cracked, and hundreds of black spiders crawled out, pouring over the wood in waves. Millie gasped and stumbled backward in horror, only to see a shadowy figure behind her. She turned, heart pounding, and sighed in relief when she realized it was Joey, a senior from her school. When she looked back again, the clock had vanished. After so many strange hallucinations, Millie began to believe she was losing her mind. Under Joey's coaxing, she agreed to get some medication from his uncle's house to calm herself down. That night, while Joey searched another room for the medicine, Millie sat alone in the living room and suddenly heard the sound of a ticking clock again. She looked outside. Nothing seemed out of place, yet the sound in her head grew louder and louder until she was shaking. Terrified, she ran to find Joey, but when she entered the room, she froze. Her mother was there, standing with her back turned. When the woman turned around, her face had transformed into a grotesque, monstrous mask. Knowing it must be another hallucination, Millie slammed the door shut and prayed for it all to stop, but the door burst open. Something was trying to come out. Millie fought to hold it shut, but when the force became too strong, she ran downstairs in terror. Moments later, Joey returned to find Millie standing motionless in the living room, her eyes trembling, unresponsive to his voice. The lights began flickering again. Somewhere between realities, the same lights flickered in her hallucination too. Then a shadowy figure appeared at the top of the stairs. Millie turned and ran. In the dining room, the table was covered in rotting seafood, swarmed by flies. She sprinted toward the door, but it was sealed shut. There was nowhere left to run. The creature appeared behind her, slowly approaching. A monstrous hand reached out, not to strike, but to gently wipe away her tears. Then it pressed softly against her forehead. In the real world, Millie's body began to rise off the ground, floating in the air. Joey screamed in panic, frozen in fear. The invisible hand pressed harder, pinning her to the ceiling. Then her body twisted violently. Bones cracked and bent in impossible directions. Her eyes rolled inward until they disappeared. Next door, her neighbor Lily saw the lights flickering wildly, and through her window, she saw Joey fleeing in terror into the night.